Throughout the universe, there's a lot of mercenaries that do very dirty and nasty jobs, stealing children, raiding colonists, etc. You know what I'm talking about. But even the mercenaries have their own elite. Bounty hunters, people capable of sacrificing everything for doing impossible tasks. Samus Aran, a bounty hunter famous for doing extremely impossible missions and tasks. And Doom's Hell, pretty much one of the most unfair universes in sci-fi gaming. My name is Midnight and today we're going to analyze Samus Aran completely and see if she actually could survive inside Doom's Hell. Let's go. But how can we answer that question without some backstory? Samus Aran lived with her parents at her home planet, K2L, but not everything was fun and flowers. One day, the evil entity Ripley and his army of space pirates completely destroyed and ravaged the home planet of Samus, killing everyone for the exception of Samus herself. After the home planet of Samus was destroyed and she was left alone in the planet, having nothing but her own physical prowess to survive at the age of 3 years old, one alien bird from the race the Chosos saw Samus and decided to adopt her into his family. That Choso quickly began to show the ways of the Choso to Samus, merged his DNA to the DNA of Samus, giving Samus more strength, agility, intelligence, speed than that of a normal human. She spent all of her youth training the ways of the Choso to become a bounty hunter. And that is what she basically did. Samus is famous for being one of the best bounty hunters in the entire universe. She is able to complete impossible missions, impossible tasks that no one but Samus could ever do. Samus in her overall career of bounty hunting has defeated a lot of enemies, in all of them counting Ripley, the killer of her home planet. But there's no way possible that Samus could survive inside Doom's Hell with only some augmentations from the bird alien. No, Samus has the power suit, a power suit that is only able to be turned on with the will of Samus. The power suit was created by the Choso that trained Samus, and that same Choso taught Samus how to release the power suit from within herself, because the power suit is actually inside Samus. It's not something she wears casually, no. The power suit can only be activated by the willpower of Samus, and that's why since she was a teen, she has been training on focusing her mind. Samus has superhuman focusing. If she doesn't focus enough, the suit will deactivate, leaving Samus exposed to her enemies. As I said before in my other Could They Survive videos, gameplay mechanics are not always the same as the lore mechanics in the games. But anyways, let's continue. The power suit obviously protects Samus from the environment and her enemies. But now that we're talking about Doom Hell, we all know that inside Doom, there's a lot of hellfire and it is very hot. And one of the incredible feats about the power suit is that, at one point in the Metroid campaign, Samus was standing on top of a star that was stated to be 14 times hotter than the surface of the sun from the Milky Way. Also, the home planet of the Chosos is named Sebes, and Sebes has a gravitational force 900 times the gravitational force of Earth. When you do the math, Samus, when she is in Sebes, the power suit is resisting 66 tons of force. Let me note, Samus is not the one that is resisting her weight of 66 tons. No, the one resisting the weight is the power suit. So with this we can safely say that the power suit of Samus Aran is able to resist very high temperatures and pressures. Also, Samus has the ultimate defense, the hyper mode, which basically makes Samus invincible for a maximum of 35 seconds or for the minimum of 10 seconds. Also, in the back of the power suit, Samus has some power rockets which she is able to use to evade the attack of some enemies, just like the enhanced movement of Halo 5 or the newer Call of Duties. Also, if at some time Samus is on a pinch, she's able to put her body in a form of a ball and escape at very high speeds. Also, when she is at that state, she is able to fly because of all the infinite energy she is releasing while doing her infinite spins. But not everything is defense. Samus Aran needs also attack prowess to survive inside Doom's Hell. And oh baby, she does have the firepower. Samus is only equipped with a hand cannon, but this hand cannon has several upgrades and modes. Also, she is able to leave bombs at will, and the bombs having a blast radius of 5 meters, capable of destroying everything on their path. But that is one of the least powerful weapons Samus has in her arsenal. She can shoot missiles that home in on targets. She has a plasma beam that can literally turn to ashes any enemy she wants. The ice beam that turns the enemies of Samus into ice at milliseconds. The hyper beam, charging up all of that plasma inside the cannon and shooting it all at once. The Omega cannon, a shot so powerful that has very high gamma radiation, which basically indicates that that weapon is on a nuclear level. And I could go on with the abilities of Samus Aran, but if I did that, this video will take hours upon hours to finish, because Samus Aran is a protagonist of a lot of Metroid games, like 7 or 8, something like that. But in here I just listed one of the most powerful weapons Samus Aran has in her arsenal and her most powerful defense systems. Now let's see if she could actually survive inside Doom's Hell. As you guys know, Doom's Hell is not fair. It is very unfair because Doom's Hell has infinite waves of demons. It doesn't matter how many demons you kill, at some point more demons are going to spawn. But now let's see, we know that the power suit of Samus is able to withstand the temperatures of 14 suns, so it doesn't matter how much Argent Plasma, Imps, and Barons of Hell throw at Samus, her suit will be able to withstand it all. One of the only weaknesses that the parasuit has is that if Samus ever loses focus, the suit will deactivate, and if the parasuit is deactivated without her wanting, she is going to die. As in one of the Metroids, Samus actually died from a heart attack. Chozo literally stated that the parasuit is another extension of the body of Samus. The parasuit is a life force of Samus, but after Metroid Prime 3, Samus was able to completely master the parasuit, so that the parasuit will never be deactivated if she didn't want it. But also, that's not all. The parasuit of Samus has a lot of upgrades too. The hybrid fusion suit is not physically penetrable, is immune to heat and cold at any level, and has been infused with DNA of both the Metroid and the Chozos. So pretty much it all stands on what type of arsenal Samus is having at that moment. And if you thought that the Cyberdemon, a Baron of Hell, or the Spider Mastermind would be able to completely annihilate Samus Aran, you are completely incorrect. If we take the events of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, at the time when Samus is fighting Dark Samus was able to withstand a dimension completely being destroyed on her back. Dark Samus was able to completely withstand the explosion of a planet, and Samus Aran was able to defeat Dark Samus, showing that she is even more capable than Dark Samus. As I stated before, the Argent Plasma the Imps and the Barons of Hell will throw to Samus Aran will have no effect, as the suit is able to withstand any type of temperatures, being the surface of the sun or being absolute zero. But what of melee attacks? Well, the parasuit is nearly not penetrable by any conventional means or arms, and as the Demons of Hell do not use any conventional weaponry like, let's say, 50 cal bullets, rocket launchers, for the exception of the Revenant and the Cyberdemon and the Spider Mastermind. Like, come on, the Baron of Hell has melee attacks and throws Argent Energy. The Imp has melee attacks and throws Argent Energy. The Hell Knight has melee attacks and melee Argent Energy attacks. The inner fluids of the Mancubus will not be hot enough to melt the parasuit of Samus. The Argent Plasma the Kaku Demon is shooting at Samus Aran will not be able to melt the parasuit of Samus. Oh, but what about the Lost Soul? Lost Souls in Doom 2016 are demons that possess humans. And so Samus is a human, right? A Lost Soul will be able to possess Samus. Well, that is incorrect too. As I stated before, Samus Aran had a very vigorous training to be able to master focusing. It takes a lot of willpower and focus, superhuman willpower and focus, to be able to activate the parasuit. With all that willpower and focusing, there's no way in hell a Lost Soul will be able to corrupt or possess Samus. So any psychological attacks, any melee attacks, any range attacks, any Argent Plasma attacks do not harm Samus in any way. Because to be completely honest, Samus Aran is too OP for Doom's Hell. But why is Samus so OP Why is she so powerful? Well, it all basically comes down to two things, both the parachute and the DNA of the Metroids and the Choso. The Chosos in Metroid are descendants of the God of War. Well, something like that, correct me if I'm wrong, but by my understanding the Chosos in Metroid are the descendants of the God of War. The Chosos are an ancient race that are very wise and at the same time very powerful warriors. And the Metroids, well, you all know the Metroids. Basically, Samus Aran has merged with two types of aliens. The Metroids, godlike beings, and the Chosos, another godlike beings. That is why without the parachute, Zero Suit Samus is also very powerful. She is way above a normal human. If a normal human has a power level of 5, Samus will have the power level of 2500 or something like that. Zero Suit Samus is OP beyond belief, but Samus is OP. She is unbreakable. I'm not that big of a Metroid fan. I have played the games and I think that the games are actually pretty epic and good. But in this video I'm not biased because I'm looking at it objectively. I'm comparing Doom's Hell to the abilities of Samus Aran. And Samus can completely overrun Doom's Hell if she wanted. Let me reiterate, she is a bounty hunter famous for taking on impossible tasks. And believe me that some of those tasks were even more impossible than surviving Doom's Hell. Also, her most powerful weapon, the Omega Cannon, is basically a cannon that shoots mini nukes. Okay, she needs to charge the mini nuke first, but still, every 20 or 30 seconds or so she can be shooting mini nukes like if it was candy, and at the time the demons respawn on Hell, she will have the Omega Cannon ready to go again. Honestly, the only way I can see Samus Aran dying in Doom's Hell is if she got tired, because, well, Doom's Hell is infinite unless you kill the head demon, so if she gets tired, she is going to die, but because she has the parachute and at the DNA of the Metroids and the Choso, I kindly doubt she will get tired, honestly. And if she loses focus, but as you guys know, she has mastered the ways of focusing and has intense willpower, so that will never happen. So, could Samus Aran survive inside Doom's Hell? Yes, she can. But Midnight, why did Master Chief couldn't survive inside Doom's Hell and Samus Aran could survive inside Doom's Hell if Master Chief is way stronger than Samus Aran? In close quarters combat, Master Chief and Samus Aran, oh wait, I'm gonna leave that for another video. And so, okay guys, if you watched this video until the end, I love you with all of my heart. And if you think that I'm saying that I love you is creepy, well, it maybe is. But if you watched this video until the end, subscribe, leave the like, and left a comment, dude, you and I are having a date sometime. And so please guys, please leave a comment down below on what should be my next Could They Survive video, and please go follow me on Twitter because I am having a lot of fun talking with you guys on Twitter and having some memes, etc. And so, okay guys, that is all for today. If you guys like the video, slap a like on it, I'll greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, take care, and I love you very much. Thank you for watching guys, I really do appreciate it. Bye bye. Son las 12 y aún tengo que editar este video para mañana. Ya valió mouse.